caught those last 2 trout back to back, and as I was doing that, there was a guy fishing on shore, and hip waders it looked like, and he kept getting closer and closer to me as I was catching those trout, and I decided to head out towards the middle and see if I could pick off one more before I switched ponds. It seemed like they were kind of clustered in the northeast corner. I don't know why, but I find that's a pretty common pattern. It might be just because the southwest wind stacks up, bait and larvae and flies there, and when it calms down, the fish are still there. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's because of the sun angle, the water's a little bit more comfortable for them there. The water is cooling off, but it's still pretty warm. I was actually kind of surprised to find them as shallow as I did. Some of the trout I was catching at this pond, they were probably in 5 feet of water, and my kayak was sitting in 10 for a lot of the time. Once again, I have to try to land this trout without a net. The best way to grab them is right behind their pectoral fins, their front fins there. But they're still hard to get a hold of. If I was fishing on shore, I could kind of ease them up onto the shore and grab them like that. Out in open water like this, there's nothing for me to hold them against other than the kayak, and they don't spend a lot of time against the kayak. But this is a good reminder for me to remember my net for next time. You can see how well that jig hook sticks them. I'm fishing with a 1/13 ounce Cocho tungsten jig head. It has an owner hook in it, and it's got kind of I think a beak point. I forget what they call it. But it does a good job. There he is. I got a good hold on that one to show him. It does a good job of holding the trout, even if you forget your dad and they're flopping all over the place and wriggling and doing cartwheels by the boat.